Hey, this is Adam Moody. I wanted to do a quick overview of James book, Work Less, Make More. So, first off, good book. I think it's a solid, lays a solid foundation for how to do what his main concept is, which is figuring out your effective hourly rate and then maximizing that. Okay, so like the book says, it's about working less and making more, and that just doesn't mean, sitting at the beach doing nothing, although it does imply having the time to do that while still making money or making more the times that you are working. So his goal of figuring this out, what the main part of the intro of the book is about taking the your revenue. Okay, so if you're a freelancer, it's just taking how much money you're bringing in. If it's a business, it may be a little bit more complicated, but just get that number. Don't kill yourself doing it. Just figure it out roughly, put it down, and then be honest with yourself. How much are you working? Each week. Do you have set work hours? And then, are you working on the weekends a little bit, like a lot of people are? Are you answering emails? I think a lot of us are guilty of that. Are you taking phone calls? Things like that. Add that all up, divide, and then you've got your actual hourly rate. And a lot of people find, especially entrepreneurs, that they're not making nearly as much as they thought. And that's okay. It's good to know where you're at and have that as an index and say, okay, I need to obviously increase this. I want to go from my $20 EHR. I want to be at the 100, 200, whatever, 500 plus range. And then the rest of the book is about doing that and tactical ways you can do this. None of the sections are super in-depth, but I found it, and I think a lot of people find it as a good reminder and maybe a little bit of an exposure to some other areas. So he starts off with a lot of productivity and time management, kind of tactical tips, which I think is a good reminder, things you can do. Turning off alerts, stop dealing with your email, in terms of living in your email, time blocking, get a help desk set up if you have a business and immediately get somebody else onto that, and then goes into things like building a team, what to do with your team, how to do things before you build a team, like processes, and goes and explains why these are so important, and I wholeheartedly agree with him there. And then going into how, as you're building this team, what you can do, like not having one person be responsible for critical tasks, how you cross-check, especially written content, to make sure that it's correct, because anybody can make mistakes. SOPs, and then going in, and the idea that I really liked is Affinity Projects. Once you actually have staff who's working maybe salaried, like full-time, or a set number of hours, they're just being paid each week, that you have these projects called Affinity Projects that they can work on no matter what is going on. So maybe there's a half day where they're in kind of limbo and there's nothing to do, then they always have something to do. So anyways, like I said, I think it's a good overview for a lot of people. If not a good overview, then a good reminder of a lot of these principles. And then going in and checking your effective hourly rate from time to time and saying, okay, does this make sense? Am I effectively doing what I should be doing to get out what I think or what I want to be getting out of it? So highly encourage you to check it out. I think it's a great book. I'm going to keep it around as a reference, and it's definitely a quick read. So I didn't check. I assume it's probably on Audible as well. So that's another great option for you.